Ever since I was a little kid, I've always had a fascination with anything and everything mechanical. When I was 5 years old, I was already starting to draft up an outboard engine that would run off compressed air. At 11, my father was walking me through how to rebuild an engine that he blew up in his Nova. From then on out, I was constantly getting yelled at by my parents for taking apart all my toys that they bought me and not being able to put them back together. The biggest turning point in my life when I was driving in a blizzard and saw an elderly man who had fallen on the side of the road. I pulled over instantly and ran over to help. I asked the man if he wanted me to call 911. He chuckled and shook his head no. I then realized he was unable to speak due to smoking and working for 50 years. And after helping him up and walking him inside, he grabbed a whiteboard and wrote, "Thank you for your help." I asked him, "What were you doing outside?" He explained he was shoveling the fire hydrant for just in case purposes if anybody happened to cause a fire in the neighborhood. I told him I'll go finish shoveling it out, and if there's anything else you need while I'm here, please let me know now. There was no answer for a brief moment anyway because his Sharpie died. But he went on to explain, "No, I don't need any help, but thank you so much for your help." He then wrote, "Thank you so much, and I want to let you know there's not many people like you anymore." After that, I called my mom explaining what had just happened and how I want to help people and make a difference in the world. She said one statement that has stuck with me ever since. "You can do anything in this world as long as you put your mind to it and believe in yourself." After I hung up the phone, I called my work explaining why I was going to be late. My work was at Sound Manufacturing, operating a Trump CNC laser. My job was to program the machine, operate it, and make sure it was producing quality parts. The parts had to be to spec within 300 thousandths of an inch. Here is where I decided to work with my brain instead of my back. In January of 2016, I slipped a disc in my lower back, only allowing me to lift 2 pounds of weight. My work still forced me to work as if nothing ever happened. Within these 3 months of me healing and continuing to work, I decided enough was enough. I was really wanting to leave this job and actually pursue my childhood dream. Here is where I came up with the idea of creating mobile apps. Apps that would allow a person to store their health records in the phone and allow the ease of the use for the doctors of the individual by allowing them to access health records if they're on vacation, or if they're non-responsive in an emergency situation, to access all health records as necessary. After researching schools because of not being able to do it on my own, I found Full Sail University. I made a lot of calls, and the next thing I knew, 1 month later, I was walking through the doors for my first day of orientation week. I learned a lot there in 20 months, from how to design of the app is as important of the usability of it. If you give me this opportunity and invest in my company, we can make an impact in the world and achieve my childhood goal of making the world a better place. Thank you.